Good morning, students of class 8. Uh, in previous video, I have made clear to Sambhav Jha's doubt, but today I am going to explain chapter 4, metals and non-metals, on request of very cute girls of the class, two girls, that is Rafia Azmat and Shweta Gupta. So Shweta and Rafia, let's have a look on this video and start this chapter. So you wanted to ask that what is metal and non-metal. To explain this chapter, starting from what is metal. So metal is nothing, a type of material that can conduct electricity and heat through it. So metal is in our surrounding there are so many of things such as almirah and cooking utensils. You can see these are made up of steel and of course the copper wire, that is the main part of our house. So copper is also a metal, and something that are in our surroundings are non-metals such as wood, coke, coal, etc. And one more term is metalloid, that is the mixture of these two metals and non-metals. Okay, so while you watching this video, turn on to page number 56. First we explain in very short, we read the definitions of metals. We see a variety of objects made from iron, copper, aluminium, silver and gold. All these are metals. Non-metals, on the other hand, coal, nitrogen, oxygen, hydrogen and many more elements are non-metals. What is metalloid? Besides these, some elements possesses the property of both metals and non-metals. These are known as metalloids. Such as examples are boron, silicon and arsenics are the examples of metalloid. Now, what is the occurrence of these metals and non-metals? Occurrence means the place from where we get it. So metals are generally not found in isolated form. These are found in a mixture. This type of material is called ore, and from these ores the metals are extracted. So the branch of science which deals with the process of extracting of metals from their ores is called metallurgy. You have listened from your surroundings that metallurgical engineering, just like a engineer, medical, electronic, electrical engineer, we have studied after 12th metallurgical engineering. So okay, and Rafia, you have asked about the what is properties of the metals. So both have metals and non-metals. How can I identify whether it is metal or it is non-metal? So after investigating some properties, that is physical as well as chemical properties. So some physical properties of metals are, after looking these properties, we can identify whether it is metal or non-metal. So metals are the properties of metals. First we discuss about this. Metallic lustre. Lustre means shiny. If metals, all the metals are shiny. Okay, so metals have this lustre because they reflect light from the polished surface. You can easily observe these lustre on the metals articles like an iron key and aluminium utensils or copper vessels. So gold has a yellowish one. The rest of the metals have a grey white lustre. It is because of this property that metals like gold, silver and platinums are used generally in jewelry. You wear jewelries, so these all are made up of mostly gold, silver and platinum. So next one is its physical state. So first of one, the physical state are hardness. Hardness, all metal, while you touch any metal, suppose steel or iron, it is hard to touch, not soft. So next one is tensile growth. That is, It is the ability of a material to be stretched or pulled without breaking. If we, after heating metals, it stretches so much that but it doesn't break anywhere. Next one is malleability. Malleability is the property of substance that allow it to be beaten into thin sheet. You have already seen such as on some sweets, aluminium sheets, foils are covered from lower sides of the sweets. It is made up of aluminium and it is so thinly hammered to become a sheet. And again, aluminium sheets are making for roof in some raw houses in the villages somewhere you can see. Next, ductility. Ductility is the property of the substance or metals that allows it to be drawn into wires. We have seen the copper wires. Again, during the construction of buildings, some iron wires are needed to tie the rods. So this property of stretching into a wire is called ductility. Sonorous. You have heard some bell rings in the temples or in the school. So these substances are made, these things are made up of only metals, because this can produce this type of sounds only. So bells in the school, temples, etc. are the examples. Now density. Density means mass per unit volume. Metals have high density. It means that in same given spaces the particles of metals are more closely packed than the particles of non-metals. However, the metal lithium has such a low density that it can float on water. That means then density, the more has density, it sinks into the bottom of the water. If we put a coin in a in water container, then it sinks into the bottom. But a wood cannot sinks into the bottom. Instead, it floats on the water level. Okay, only the lithium is also a metal, but only lithium has such a less density that it can float only above the water. Conduction of heat. It is the property of all metals that it can conduct heat and electricity as well. So these are the good conductor of electricity. Melting and boiling point, except for sodium and potassium. All metals have high melting and boiling point. That means they can withstand high temperature without melting and boiling. So these are used in cooking utensils. You can see mostly the cooking utensils such as kadhai or tawa, these all are made up of metals such as iron. So iron has melting point above 1500 degrees Celsius. Now some physical properties of the non-metals. Lustre. Lustre means shiny. We already have metals have lustre or shiny materials, but non-metals are non-shiny materials. That means it lacks lustre. Next, physical state. Most non-metals are in liquid or gaseous state at the room temperature. Very few are solid, such as sulfur, phosphorus and carbon are the solid at room temperature, while bromine is a liquid and hydrogen, oxygen and nitrogen are the gases. Hardness. Unlike metals, non-metals are soft. Surprisingly, the hardest naturally occurring substance on the earth is diamond. Whether diamond, of course diamond is a non-metal, but it is the hardest substance on the earth. Tensile growth. Non-metals cannot bear much stress and easily break, so that we can cut it with a knife. Malleability. Non-metals cannot be stressed into, cannot be beaten into sheet. Instead, if we hammer it, then it can brittle or broken down into the small pieces. Ductility. Non-metals cannot be drawn into wires because they are non-ductile. Sonority. Non-metals are not sonorous because they do not produce a ringing sound on being struck. Conduction of heat. Non-metals cannot conduct heat and electricity except graphite. Graphite is a good conductor of electricity. Melting and boiling points are comparatively lower than metals. Again, carbon is an exception as it possesses a very high melting point of approximately 3550 degrees Celsius. And comparative account is given in page number 61 and 62 of metal properties of metals and non-metals. You need to read properly through it. So next one is chemical properties of metal. Reactions with oxygen. Some chemical property of metal that it particularly react with some substances to give a certain product. So when sodium and oxygen combine together, it gives always sodium oxide, such as when potassium potassium combine with oxygen to gives its oxide. That means the reactive metals obviously combines with oxygen to give its oxide. Such as again magnesium plus oxygen gives MgO, that is magnesium oxide. You can see in page number 62 and 63 many reactions of metals and non-metals. Then again reaction with water. This is the definite type of reaction that always gives such type of products. Again sodium reacts with water to give its hydroxide and hydrogen gas is evolved. Magnesium reacts with water to give magnesium oxide and hydrogen, and iron reacts with water to give its oxide, that is ferric oxide and hydrogen. Again when any metal reacts with acid, it gives hydrogen gas. So sodium plus HCl gives NaCl plus hydrogen. Zinc plus HCl gives ZnCl plus hydrogen. Magnesium plus H2SO4 gives MgSO4 plus hydrogen. And in the same way, some reactions, that is displacement reaction, you learn it at in 7th class also, that when magnesium reacts with copper sulfate, it displaces copper from the solution, and copper is released and combined with sulfate magnesium to produce magnesium sulfate plus copper. And in the same way, some properties of non-metals are, chemical properties of non-metals are there. So you can read by your own, and of course uses of metals and non-metals you read by your own selves, and you can understand very quickly. So that's all for this video, and I hope Rafia and Shweta and also other students can understand through this video. And how do you like to this video? Please tell me in the app, on the Teno app, and thank you, and like this video. Okay.